Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lisa Jang. I am your Yin Yoga teacher trainer, as well as a teacher and always a Yin Yoga practitioner. For today's practice, you'll need a inflatable ball, preferably maybe a gorgeous ball. I have a Pilates ball that will do as well. And a set of Yoga Therapy Plus balls or any maybe tennis balls if you have those at home, and wrap them in a tube sock when we use them in this fashion. I like to call this in the tote like a peanut. All right, we have here as well blanket to help maybe blunt some of the sensations if they're too strong, a couple blocks to help support us, and maybe a bolster for Shavasana at the end. Now this is a really quick practice. This is for all my runners out there, or anybody that is training maybe for a 5K, 10K, even a half marathon or a marathon. So hopefully this will be a nice refresher for you. We're going to start off with one massage ball. So let's go ahead and take that out of the tote. And I'm going to use that for my foot. So quickly, we're going to massage the feet. I'll grab both of them. And so we're going to take the massage ball to our ball of our foot as we're here. Heel is down towards the ground. I don't know if you can see that. And I'm going to, as I'm here, leverage some of the weight, lean forward and lean back a little bit. And then once I find the right pressure, I'm going to create this kind of this side to side motion very slowly to get in towards all the plantar fascia as I'm here. So really taking your time to investigate this tissue. Of course, as always during this practice, you can always pause the video if you really want to stay and work into the plantar fascia. Again, really take your time to really enjoy the deep release of having your feet in shoes, right? And doing all your runs, and hopefully you're picking out really good shoes support for when you're doing your training, and then different shoes for when you're doing your actual race for race day. So I'm going to, as I'm here, take the ball into the three toes. This is called the triplets. So we have the second toe, third toe, and fourth toe. Okay, my toes are quite long and yours might not be, and that's okay. So notice I have the three triplets. Pinky toe might not come down, and as I'm here, I'm going to step forward and kind of lift my heel and feel that stretch. Can you feel that stretch in towards the fascia of the feet? Go ahead and go back and slowly forward. Feel that out. And then you can do this a couple more times. Otherwise, I'm going to take the ball now towards the heel as I'm here. And I'm going to kind of do this heel, kind of calcaneus from side to side motion. I'm going to get into the opposite end of the foot as I'm here. Notice I'm leveraging. If you need balance, go ahead and use a wall and just kind of help yourself balance. Or you can use a chair. And I'm just kind of doing this kind of side to side, almost scrubbing motion. And then from here, this is going to take a little bit of coordination. I'm going to take the ball from the ball of my foot towards my heel. And I'm taking it from the more so the inner, from big toe to the heel. Okay, and then I'm going to take it towards the middle of the foot. So towards the kind of the second and third toe, towards the heel. Boom. And then I'm going to do it on the more towards the pinky side of the foot, from the toe part all the way down, slowly traversing towards the heel. Okay, you can do that a few times. Let's go ahead and switch out the balls, okay? Because this one's all warm, I'm going to do the same thing on side number two. So side number two, as well as I'm here, I'm going to kind of lean in, take my weight back, and then a little bit leaning forward as I'm here, bending my right leg. So I did my left first, okay? It doesn't matter which side you do first. Already I'm feeling my left foot feels great. Okay, and then from here I'm going to stand and I'm going to make that kind of that side to side motion. Typically, just a side note, I use a smaller ball for getting into the feet. These are the Therapy Plus balls that we do have at the studio that we use for my massage ball class, my MyoYin class. Just whatever that's accessible. Smaller balls, you'll find that it'll probably get a little bit more deeper into the crevices. All right, triplets here. This one I learned from my teacher, Jill Miller. Okay, again, you're going to take the ball towards the 3 toes as you're here. My feet are a little slippery. So as you're here, make sure your feet are dry, not sweaty like mine. And you're going to step forward. So I'm having a little bit of kind of a stretch in towards the bottom of my foot, and I'm going to move back. And you can do this kind of this cha-cha motion a little bit here just to get into the foot, or you can, as you're here, just kind of stay leaning forward and then really stretching in towards those triplets and in towards the fascia of the foot, which is phenomenal. Okay, and then once again, I'm going to take it towards my calcaneus here. My toe part is down towards the ground. That way I can find a little bit more balance and leverage it. And I'm doing this kind of, I always like to describe this in my class. I don't know if you watch the movie Grease. So when Sandy has her cigarette, which, okay, hopefully you're not smoking, but no judgment if you do. So she takes the cigarette and she puts it on the floor, and then she doesn't know what to do. And what she does is she looks and someone says, okay, just kind of put your foot on it and then just put out your cigarette butt. So I imagine I'm putting out the cigarette butt. Maybe I'm Sandy from Greece. Okay. So that's kind of fun, nostalgic, so to speak. Okay, so that feels great. Again, we're going to start to go a little bit of this stripping motion. I'm going to turn towards the side from the ball of my inner foot towards the heel, slowly, boom. Then towards the midfoot, okay, and then boom. And then towards the pinky toe area, and then there, okay. And then take a moment here just to notice how your feet feel. Right? Just notice the beauty. Feel alive. Okay. Again, feel free to repeat this. You can always press rewind. I'm going to now go ahead and take my massage balls back into the tote. Here's a quick tip, pro tip. Take the ball bag inside and out. And then this is how I do my pillows. And then take the other ball in, and it should be nice and easy to slide the massage balls back in. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to lay down and create this ramp. I'm just going to move a little bit further away from the camera angle so that you guys can see as you're here. I'm actually going to do one because I need the other. I definitely need the other block. And I'm coming into a supported fish pose with a calf release. So taking the ball right in towards the middle of the calf, that gastroc. I have it on a block. I do like it on the block simply because I have a little bit more height, but you can take this on the floor. So 2 different types of pressure. You can always put this other ball, the Pilates ball, underneath your heel as you lay down, as you're here. And allowing yourself just to decompress. You can crisscross right ankle over left ankle. Let me check the time to make sure we have enough time in this one, okay, that we're spending enough time. And I have the balls in the tote, right? So put your tennis balls in a tube sock and tie it up. And I have the ball perpendicular, so they're sideways, side by side, on my calf. Okay, so I have the little bit of that channel in between the massage balls to rest my gastrocnemius in there. And I'm coming into the supported fish pose. You can, if you like, as you're here, add different arm variations. You can take your elbows and make it a little bit of a lateral side bend, making maybe a little bit of a banana asana. You can also, as you're here, crisscross the arms, making it eagle arms, or you can also do a little pranayama as you're here, a little bit of breath work. When I do breath work, guys, if I'm doing kind of a little bit of breath work, I take a blanket or something underneath my elbow. I turn my head, thumb and fourth finger, right, and I'm doing my breathing so that my elbow is supported. So you can use another blanket. What's nice about the blanket is that you can make it higher for your elbow. You turn your head and you breathe in through your right nostril. Breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, left side. Breathe in, breathe out, right. So again, you can do this on your own. You can just imagine the breath if you don't have anything on the elbow, but it really taps into the nervous system, doing that kind of that breath work. Again, choosing what works best for you. And then you can do a little bit on the other side as well. So we're about 2 minutes. I'll do about maybe 2.5 minutes on this leg as I'm here. And this is really nice, right? So when we are training a lot of our calves, even the ankle, right? A lot of work, and especially when we're going in different gradients, right? Some of us are road runners, some of us are trail runners. All the same, we need to work on our tissues. Okay, so let's go ahead and switch out sides. So I'm going to move the block carefully. You can sit up if you like. This is what I do at home. I'll just use on my foot, and then I'll place my left leg on the can you see that orientation? So I have that. And then as I can internally rotate that, the left leg in, right? So I can grab into a little bit of the soleus, and then I can turn my foot out a little bit. If you want, you can shift your hips a little bit. You can get more into kind of the peroneals. Again, choosing what works best for you. My bowl is kind of getting a little messy there. And then this is one leg on the block is going to be probably just a nice pressure for you. But again, if you're looking for more, take that right ankle on top, crisscross the legs, ankle or leg like this, doesn't matter. It's what matters is the intention, and what matters is that we're coming to a gentle, low pressure, not high, just enough to release the fascia. Okay, so we're at about the minute mark here. I'm going to take the blanket, right? So if you did that if you did that breath, okay, you can turn towards the left and then do that thumb and fourth finger. You can even take the peace fingers to the brow as you're here and just breathe. All right. So I'm turning this side because my microphone is this way, but breathing in through your left nostril. Then breathe out. Breathe in. Cover the left. Breathe out right. Breathe in right. Cover the right. Breathe out. Left. Breathe in. So on your own, just continuing that breath there and allowing yourself to open up through the anterior part of the body in our supported fish pose. When we're running a lot, last run I did was the rock and roll marathon for Vegas. My posture, because I was wearing my water bladder, right, could get heavy, right? And it was kind of pulling on my back, on my vest. And so this reverse posture opening up to the front body feels super good. So all the elements, all the things that do come with running. So many things that we can do just to help ourselves breathe better, posture better, and release tension in our body, so that our next run will feel better. Okay, take about 2 more cycles of breath. Okay, and then again, I welcome you to stay here, otherwise slowly release, okay? I'm gonna roll toward the side and then gently come on up. Keeping the ball in the tote or in your tube sock, let's go ahead and remove the block. And so now what I'm going to do is the Pilates ball, the inflatable ball, is going to go on the right side of that hip flexor, the pelvis, and then the massage balls are going to go right on top of the patellar pouch. Of course, you can roll slowly. I emphasize slow because you're going to get deeper in the tissues that way, along the quadriceps if you like. And then your left leg is going to be into your half frog or your half army crawl. So let's go ahead and lay onto our belly. I'm going to move this off to the side and have my blanket for my elbows. Okay, so lay on down onto your belly, and then let's go ahead and take your inflatable ball in towards that right hip flexor. What's nice is you're going to get a little bit of the gut work in here too. And then take the other ball, reach down, lean. Oh. Okay, there you go. Okay, I had to roll back. But now I'm on top of that patellar pouch, okay? I gotta get my blanket here. Let me check the timer. And I'm going to settle into this half frog, half sphinx, making sure that it's enough pressure. If it's too much, once again, you can always take the massage ball closer towards the gap between the massage ball and the Pilates ball or the inflatable ball should be a little bit closer together to offload some of that weight pressure onto the patellar pouch. If it's still too much, I would recommend just putting a blanket on top. Okay, so on top of the 2 massage balls. So as you're here, go ahead and slowly start to roll up and down. And when I say roll up and down, it's going to be micro. So take it about 1.5 inches up, 1.5 inches back down towards that patellar pouch, while resting and opening up through that left inner thigh. By all means, you can take your pillow as you're here, right? And then you can just kind of take it underneath the ribs and just kind of hang out, block your head for this one. Hopefully I'm not blocking the microphone. Okay, so here I can just make it a little bit more yin, right? I can bend this right leg and internally rotate it. This is internal rotation, and this is external rotation. Ping-ponging the massage tools across the fibers of that patellar pouch, which is really helpful, right? When we run a lot of pressure, when we run up the hill, down the hill, from side to side, avoiding running, hopping back onto the curb, hopping off the curb. Sometimes I'll kind of have to run on the grass to to avoid maybe just there's a lot of in my neighborhood we have a lot of people that like to walk in the neighborhood, so sometimes they go in packs of 3, so I'll just run onto the road on the side where the bike lane is, but of course I'm running opposite of the traffic direction just for safety, right? Anyways, again, settling in and then rocking yourself from side to side, staying in your edge. So I'm finding as I'm here, rolling for me a little bit more medially for this one. So if I go medially, I might have to straighten out this left leg, and I'll roll medially a little bit so I can get in towards a little bit more of the inner knee. But if you're looking for more of that lateral part of the knee, it's going to be the other way. So you're going to pop your right elbow down and kind of do, it's not exactly sideways, it's not exactly prone, but you're going to be 45 degrees. And you're just kind of traversing up and down. By all means, you can take it into different segments there. I'm rolling towards the quad now. That feels good. I'm settling in. And then I'm finding a nice spot there for this beautiful runner's delight. And feel free, you can go up higher as you're here. Okay. Now, I'm not going to stay in this one as long as I would like, as this is going to be a short video. But I'm going to give you another quick tip for my runners out there. If you are looking for a little bit of IT band, you can just take the ball right. So notice how I have it on the hip. I'm going to take it in towards the IT band and kind of roll. I have the left leg to help finesse some of the movement. And I'm just going to roll up, going slow towards the iliotibial tract. And really the balls are capturing more of the lateral hamstring and the lateral quad. Lateral hamstring and lateral quad as I'm here, which feels phenomenal. Okay. And then the ball will help facilitate some of the movements. Okay. So when you're ready, let's go ahead and switch sides. Oh, that feels great. Okay. So that was my little bit of rebound. Okay, I'm going to take the ball on towards my left hip, underneath my left knee this time. Slide my right thigh up into army crawl. I'm going to take the blanket here. And really take my time to see where I need to be at as I'm here. What I love about the inflatable ball, once again, it's getting in towards that hip flexor. Ooh. If I lean a little bit, I can really feel it inside, almost kind of grabbing some of that tissue. Breathing is so important, guys. So breathe in and slowly breathe out. And then from here, bend your leg. Once again, internal rotation, external rotation. Finding where you need to be. I've shown you all the other options. Again, feel free to stay and just allow yourself to enjoy. And once again, I'm going to kind of roll down my body down. So when you roll your body back, it's going to go more towards the middle of the quad. Okay. Again, try to avoid the hip crease with the more dense balls, just because the tissue there is very delicate. So that's why the inflatable ball is much better to roll on the hip flexor, the hip crease. And sometimes all we need is a quick 15-20 minute recovery after our run, right? Just some time to work on our feet and our calves and our quads. Okay, since I did IT band, I'm gonna show you that here. I'm gonna turn towards the side. And some people like to put their leg in front. I find it hard to finesse the movement. I like my foot behind me, but again, choose what works for you as you're here. And the pressure is gonna be different too as you roll up and down that leg. Rolling down, pausing there. You can just hang out. You can let your head rest on the bolster. You can also do the peroneals this way. So you can also do the outer shin using this technique. This is more myofascial release more than anything, not a yin posture. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and slowly dismount from the tools. And take a moment, right? So taking a moment there just to lay on your back, unless you want to keep rolling. Okay. So lay onto your back, and a moment here just to notice how those legs feel. Wiggle your toes, your calves, taking a shavasana, right? Getting into the nervous system, that's another thing, right? When we're running, our nervous system, of course, is is on, right? So we have the sympathetic nervous system. So we're trying to downregulate here, giving our nervous system a time to rest, to thank it for working hard for us. I recommend for Shavasana at least 5 minutes minimum. Okay, so go ahead and press pause and maybe put on your favorite instrumental tune, or even just some white noise, and then taking your time in Shavasana, allowing yourself to rest. So this, hopefully this will help for your next run. We worked the feet today. We worked in towards also the calves and in towards the quadriceps, the IT band, and in towards that patellar pouch above the knee. Feel free to come back to this video if you find it helpful for yourself. Send it, share it to your other your runner friends. Send it to your run club. All right. And thank you guys for tuning in. Keep watching, keep tuning in for these videos. Hit the subscribe button if you can to get the latest video. All right, guys, have a fantastic run next time, and I'll see you then. Namaste.